So the next session that I went to was called Video, the biggest affiliate marketing what was it, opportunity since Google, which I think is a pretty bold statement, but I tend to agree with it. It is a very powerful medium these days. It was put on by Rosalind Gardner, who's a fellow Canadian, and Jeremy Palmer from quityourdayjob.com. And these two people are both, fairly big users of online video. Obviously, I am too. I'm talking to you on video right now, so clearly I'm a believer in online video. But I got some really good information out of this, mostly some stats and just kind of general stuff. But I really liked it. One of the things I learned was that the average person views 5 YouTube videos every single day, whether it be at home or at work. The average YouTube video, good YouTube video, is less than 2.5 minutes. Some of mine run longer, so I'm going to try and make sure that I keep mine under 2.5 minutes because I know we all have short attention spans. 81% of American users have watched online video. It's a staggering number. 20 new hours of content. 20 new hours of content is uploaded to YouTube every minute. So that's pretty staggering as well. Both panelists agreed that how-to videos are very good. So, tutorials, something as simple as how to fix your furnace or how to change your furnace filter or something like that will get a lot of views. So, think within your own area of expertise, as I always kind of preach, and look for things that you can teach people that you may know like the back of your hand, but they don't. Like, as for instance, I don't know how to put up drywall, so you might know how to do that really well. Make a video. One of the other things I learned, and I've heard this before as well, but it's always an interesting thing to hear, is that YouTube is now the #2 search engine in the world. Google's #1, YouTube is #2. More search queries go into YouTube every day than Yahoo or even Bing. So I thought that was a pretty good stat. And both panelists agreed that you use video to basically build trust, engage with your users. Video will increase the conversions on your sales pages. So if you're talking, on your sales page versus a big long sales letter, or maybe you still have a big long sales letter, but you're there talking. They've quoted stats where it's essentially doubled their sales. So if they were doing a 2% conversion ratio on their sales page, they put a video up, they're now doing a 4% conversion ratio. So that's a pretty good indicator that video is the way of the future. Other things, obviously being on YouTube and the various video sharing sites gives you access to the related content channels and all that kind of stuff. So somebody might have a really popular video in your niche, and your video comes up in related content, you're going to get a lot of views. They talked a lot about cameras and tripods and that kind of stuff. I'm not going to necessarily get into that with you right now because it's not important. Studios and backgrounds and cleanliness, that's important. Obviously, where you're shooting is important. I mean, I'm sitting in my hotel here at the Encore in Las Vegas, and I've actually closed this window to try and minimize the reflection behind me, which you can probably see the Wynn Resort sign behind me. Obviously, I want you to know I'm in Vegas. I'm here at the Affiliate Summit. I could have just done this, from the sofa and an ugly background, but I'm using the Strip as my backdrop because I can. So it's always nice to have a good backdrop, but not one that's too distracting, which mine might be. They talked about, if you're not into video editing, you can hire a video editor on Odesk or one of these other services for like $15. These video editors are dirt cheap at some of these services. Avoid scripts and use an outline instead. That's what I'm doing right now. I've got notes here on my iPhone that I took at the seminar, and I'm just kind of looking at them for guidelines on what to talk about here. I'm not following a script. I don't have a teleprompter in front of me telling me what to say. And in fact, that's counterintuitive these days. We're not news anchors. This isn't, CNN. We're real people talking to real people. So you've got to be as real as you can. So scripting is out. Be yourself. That's part of not scripting. Keep it short. I've already said that. And let your tape run and edit later. The worst thing you can do is expect to get it perfect in one take, or whatever it might be. Just let the tape run. You can always go back and edit the video. Be energetic, be animated, move around a lot. Use excitement in your voice. Use your hands when you're talking. All that stuff's good. Add a link to your website in your description in YouTube. Pretty straightforward. Title, tag, and describe your video well. Again, pretty straightforward. Choose a good thumbnail. They say using title screens at the beginning will help you to choose the thumbnail when the video is done uploading. It'll allow you to choose a thumbnail that's one of your title screens, assuming you want to do that. I don't do that. Allow commenting, ratings, all that kind of stuff, subscriptions to your channel. All that stuff adds social proof to your YouTube videos. Very important these days. I don't think I have to tell you the importance of allowing people to comment on your videos, but if you've got commenting turned off, go and turn it back on because you need it. And encourage, in your videos you should encourage these comments and these ratings. You should ask people to do this for you. All of these things will improve your search engine ranks for your videos as well. Social proof, inbound links, all that kind of stuff. And yeah, build links to your videos. So don't be afraid to actually put text links up with good anchor text back to your videos to try and rank them in the search engines. One of the things that was talked about that was actually brought up by a person just that came up to the microphone and asked a question that I thought was really interesting was, there's a closed captioning feature that's been added to YouTube that not a lot of people are using right now. And the common belief right now, everybody sort of agrees that this data will be searchable. This closed captioning data will be searchable. So if you can get your videos transcribed or do it yourself and put that information into the closed captioning window option within YouTube, there's sort of a consensus right now that stuff will be searchable and in the near future if it isn't already. So that's probably being worked into YouTube's algorithm, and I think it's probably, I know it's something that I'm going to look at doing. As much as I have verbal diarrhea and I probably shouldn't be transcribing my videos, I'm going to get it done. And that's it. That's it for the video session at Affiliate Summit, and I will check in with you tomorrow when I'm done my day of sessions.